Hi, I'm Marisa of Marisa Orlich Interiors,
And I'm Tyler Fox of JM2 Architecture.
and today we're going to talk about a project I did in Rockville Centre at a co-op building and how it started, how it came to fruition, and all the design in between.
And this is a really great project. And when everyone sees the before and after, it's
Yes.
pretty incredible.
So we're going to talk about the before. This is the before of the space. It's a little dark. They had some modular furniture and some mirrors on all three walls, and just a bit dark and needing an update.
Yeah, I think that would be one of the first things I would say, seeing that is how dark it is, and it's the first space you walk into,
Mm-hmm. Right. So you want it to be really welcoming and
Mhm.
really create the ambiance. So
Mhm.
this is the after picture, and this is just a world of a difference.
I love that. That just looks so
Yes.
amazing. So what really first, how did that initial meeting go with your clients? What were their objectives for their lobby space?
Sure. So because it's a co-op building, it was a board who was my client. So I was working with
Mm.
a couple of different people, which you always have to take into consideration when you're doing something, because you have to get the approval of more than just one person. So it
Yeah.
can be a little hard. So I try to have some more um, openness to, if they don't like something, not be so offended, but
Mhm.
be more, okay, why don't you like that? Or like, let me think about an alternative as to what you're saying.
Yeah.
So the objective for the space was just to brighten it up. They really gave me free reign in designing it, which was so fun.
Mm.
Um, and they felt like the whole building needed a facelift. So
Yeah.
that's what we did over the course of a year of planning.
Okay. Okay. So about a year of planning. How long does the entire process take from, the first meeting to completion?
So we had a consultation where I met the board and I discussed with what they wanted to do. And then I took some time and I came up with a few designs to show them that I was thinking about for the space. And I gave them, the option of A or B, whichever way they wanted to go. And from that, uh, from whichever design they picked, I honed in more about exactly what was going to go into the space.
Mm.
So if they liked a certain railing, then I really tightened up to the design of it, or the stain of the wood top. And then within that year of planning and the design, I also was working very closely to the contractor and the subcontractors, being the electricians, the painters, the wallpapers, installers, in regards to designing it and really having everything planned out, walkthroughs done, everything on site material wise prior to doing any demolition.
Hmm. Nice.
And
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
so
What were
we
so you had mentioned some of the materials, which are gorgeous, the wood, the stains. Was that your inspiration? How do you start? What inspires you to create a space like this?
right. So my main focus was I wanted to brighten it up, but I didn't want to clutter the walls with lots of pieces of artwork, or
Hmm.
because it's a large space, but it could feel, from what it was being so
Yeah.
dark, I really wanted to brighten it up entirely. So what I did was I took inspiration from a wallpaper. So the wallpaper on the back wall and on this uh, wall across the way
Mm.
is watercolor. It's a watercolor design. It's
Wow.
almost like an ink dripping. And I just was so inspired by the beauty of it and thought it was just it added the artwork that I wanted, but it also added a statement.
Hmm.
And it's a lobby, and like I said, I didn't want to clutter the walls with things. So I just used the wallpaper to speak for itself. And then I just use this as my colorways. So then I pulled a beautiful blue from the the walls, and then I got complementary colors off the furniture. So I got a really beautiful caramel mustardy colored sofa.
I really love that sofa.
Yes, and it was so great because I didn't want to have a very boxy floor plan. I wanted it to kind of flow, but I wanted to cut the room in half where I wasn't intruding on the walkway. So there's some older clientele in the building, so I didn't want to have any furniture in this access point. So everything, I kind of cut the lobby in half, and this way, by choosing this piece first in my design, I really anchored the room because it's curved. You can see it there, but in person, it's even more dramatic. It's curved, so it's super inviting. And then because I did a curved line here, I did more of a structure here with an oversized club chair. So those are just some inspiration points that I found in creating this space.
I love it. Really is a beautiful, bright space, and that's exactly what your goal was and the client's goal, and the execution is excellent. Really came out really beautiful.
Yeah, and if anyone has any more questions about some of our designs or any questions about anything we're working on, please leave them in the comments below.
Perfect.
And I'm Marisa of Marisa Orlich Interiors.
And I'm Tyler Fox of JM2 Architecture.
Thank you.
Thanks.